break started. All right. Good evening, sports fans. Straight from the studios of WCJS Studios in the Lehigh Valley. Oh, I've wanted to do this for a long time. As most of you might know from Facebook, this is Mr. Echo, guy that's always in the front porch with me, that I probably post way too many times than I should. But I do, because we love him, and he's a good boy. And just like anybody else, we love our dog. So I'll give you a little history on Echo and what he's going through now. And I always wanted to have this, that when he does cross the Rainbow Bridge, I have something to look back at and see with him all the time. As evidence from all the pictures from our little yellow lab, Claro. So Mr. Echo was born on April 7th of 2004. And he's a Karma German Shepherd. And his real name is Ambers Echo de Karma. We call him Echo. He was actually a show dog. He was bred for show. His father was a 12-point, whatever that means. And he was returned to the breeders in December of 2005. Because the people that had him did not think that he was show quality. And they kept Mr. Echo constantly in the cage almost 24/7 because he had other dogs that they showed. So they said he could go to a home for free. So we got wind of this through Kathy's youngest daughter, who's boss at work, had a couple shepherds. And we took her and our granddaughter Nati, who's doing this video for me. And she was quite young then. And they brought him out, and he was very skinny, he was very emaciated, his tail between his legs, and there he goes laying down. But the breeders told us that the people that had him before us that didn't think he was a show quality dog kept him caged about 24/7. So Kathy looked at him, she thought, I don't know. And the guy said, hey, if you don't want him, you can bring him back, he's free. Unless we were going to breed him or show him, then we had to pay for the papers, but we weren't going to breed him or show him. So I knew as soon as he got in the car, he would never come back. So we got him home. Make a long story short, he adjusted well. He and our little yellow lab, Claro, became the best of friends. They were buddies until her time to go. And he's never liked any other dog beside her. Any dogs go by the house, he growls, he snaps, doesn't like them. Loves children. He's always been a great guy to have, very friendly. But through the years, there's been a few issues with him, as a lot of you know from my posts on Facebook. The first thing that we got, he went to the vet, and the vet suggested that we have him neutered, because it would be better for him in the long run for cancer whatsoever. And he was checking out his teeth, and he said, I see 4 teeth that are going to come out right now, so you better make an appointment. So I'm making a long story short, we took him in to get neutered and have his teeth removed, and we didn't get him till almost 9 o'clock that night. Mr. Echo lost all of his teeth from the canine back. And you can see this right here. Come here, bub. Hey, Mr. Echo has no teeth. No teeth from the canine back. It's a good boy. But he does eat well. And the vet saw me, and he knew how upset I was, and he goes, I know it's not your fault, I can tell you take care of your teeth and brush them, it must have been something from the prior owners or whatever. And that's what happened. So that was okay. So he's pretty healthy for a while. Poor little Clara was put down about 2 or 3 years ago, and he was just the only dog. He went everywhere with me in the car for rides and all. So about maybe a year or 2 years ago, I think, we noticed that his side is extended when he's outside. We thought, we run him down to the vet, and they tell us that his stomach is turned. Now, I'll make a long story short, his stomach turned, and when the vet called me at midnight, she told me that his insides were black and that he was basically dying. But that when she fixed it and changed everything and whatever she had to do, it was starting to turn purple. She said that's a good sign, but not as good as she'd like. It's up to him. It's 50-50. By morning, we got the call that he was doing fantastic. He had to stay there for 3 days under heavy medication and get his care. And And we went down to see him twice a day, every day until he came home. And the first person to eat food from their hand was my granddaughter Nati, that he ate from. So then he came home, and that was all okay and done with, and that was good. So then maybe about a year after that, I noticed that he's having some problems in his rear end area. Well, he's got an anal sac infection. So as we're taking care of that, she notices that the lens has fallen off his left eye. And I also begin to tell her that I noticed that he's not going up the steps anymore and his feet are dragging, because I used to walk him almost every day. Well, after some checking, she found out that he had degenerative myelopathy, which you've seen me posted, and that is basically ALS for dogs. And that will gradually progress up to his front where he won't be able to move at all. So I start taking him to an ophthalmologist, a dog ophthalmologist. Not only does he have a lens off the left eye, but he has a cataract in the right eye. And now his tear ducts aren't working properly. So besides his generic Rimadyl that he takes for arthritis, which the vet said he probably does have or will get no matter what, and the fact that his eyes have issues, I have drops for both eyes for the tear ducts, and the drop for one eye for the cataracts, and his pills, and basically his legs right now in the back are not really working. So we have him in a harness all the time now to help pick him up, help him walk. The good thing about this disease is that the vet told us that there's no pain involved, he doesn't know it, it doesn't bother him, so not to worry about that. Now, I'm not posting this for anybody's sympathy or saying, oh, the poor dog, to feel sorry for him. Right, but because he has adjusted, he does very well. But basically to show that when this happens, it's not the end of the road for your dog. There's a lot you can do for them and with them to help them get along. He's healthy, he eats, he's alert, he's 11 years old, soon to be 12 by April. We're taking it by steps now. We got him through Thanksgiving, Christmas, fall, winter. And next step is spring. And if you make it into the spring, then I'm probably gonna try and build him a set of wheels, which if any of you have dogs that have this issue, there's a site on Facebook called the Rowing Dog Project. The gentleman will make you the wheels for free if you can't afford them. And all he asks in return is a gift card for Lowe's or Home Depot to build more of them for other people. And then he asks that you pass them on to others who may need it. So I went to his website also, and I've got the plans to build a set of wheels for him in spring, because if I bought a commercial set of wheels, they're $600 for a German Shepherd. That's not in the budget. So here he is in his harness, and about several times a day, I have to carry him upstairs. When I'm up there for any length of time, he has to be with me, so I carry him up. There's a nice soft bed, which we take up at night for him and bring back down in the daytime. He is now at the stage that I have to take him out to go to the bathroom, because he can no longer really walk to do what he has to do. Now, he does get outside to pee. That he does let me know. Generally, he poops and doesn't realize it, and that's not an issue. We just hold his back end. He miraculously never messes himself. Don't know how he does it, but he doesn't. And then we get the sad look like, I'm sorry. But that's okay, we can put up with that. So he does that. He follows me around. I often get yelled at by Kathy because I don't pick him up and I make him drag his back end around. So let's see if we can show you how he drags himself around from following me. Ready? Come on, bub. Come on, bub. Come on. Come on, bub. Come here, bub. Come here. Come on, bub. Want to go upstairs? That's how he drags himself. Now we're going to use the harness. I'm going to show you how we get upstairs. My assistant will go up the stairs ahead of me to show. Okay, bub, step up. Step up. Step up, bud. Step up. There we go. Many times he'll step up on his own for me. At night when he's going to bed, he's been sleeping so long he doesn't like to do that. But other than that, he steps on the top step for me. So what I do is I hold the back end of the harness and I get underneath his legs and I pick him up. This is what we do 3 to 4 times a day. And we're coming up. And I get his top paws up here. Here he goes. Lift his back in, and we're up. And then he looks around. Where you going, bub? Where you going, bub? Sit. And he sits. Here he is. Okay. Where you going, bub? Now he's looking for somebody. There he goes. This is what he does all the time. I think it makes his front legs stronger. Kathy yells at me because they don't help him. So where'd you go, bub? Come on, bub, let's go. Please ignore this. Please ignore the surroundings of the house because we're in the process of fixing it. We need a lot of work to do with this place. Come on, bub. Now I'm going to show how we take him down. Come on, let's go down. Come on. Come on. Now what I do is I take him sideways. And he's really trusting with this. And I hold the back in and he just steps with the front paws and goes down. Step by step. All the way down. Sometimes he tries to rush it and push me down. And here we go. Come on now. And we're done. That's our Mr. Echo. We're looking to make it till 12. He's a good boy, aren't you? He's our buddy. Okay. Thanks for watching.